Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Level Up Podcast.
Hey,
It is season 2, episode 6.
that's exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
We're a little bit late.
Yes, but we dressed up for the occasion this week, so
Hope you appreciate that.
yeah. Well, Dee had an actual appointment with a client, and I just felt like dressing up. So
Exactly.
yeah.
So that's how today has happened.
Yeah.
So
Keeping
this
it real.
just being real. So this week's topic is the inheritance era. How the great wealth transfer is changing in our world.
It's huge right now, too, right?
It really is.
Yeah.
So we figured, or Huey thought this would be a good topic for this week.
Well, yeah, just because I went through it just recently, 2 years ago when my mom passed.
Yeah.
You know, in the Caribbean, in St. Vincent, and while we weren't, distance made it difficult to maintain a healthy relationship in the latter stages of her life, and she was aging, and you couldn't be there. So that made it really difficult. So when she passed, it was tough. It was really tough. I mean, I'd give anything to have her back, but she did leave her estate to myself and my 2 brothers. And so we're currently in the process of, I don't know, they haven't really included me in much, but I guess we're just fixing up the house down there, and I might have to take a trip down there this year, just see it one more time. But yeah, and it's just that'll be the last part of her in terms of connection. I'd give anything to have her back, right?
Oh, for sure.
But so because we're going through all of this, I just thought it'd be something interesting. I'm sure a lot of people are dealing with right now.
Well, because I think everybody is affected by it. Obviously, eventually, sometime in the
Absolutely.
span of their life with their parents.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So it's just the natural order of things, right?
So today, we're just going to explore some of the important questions around this historic shift, not just financially, but emotionally, socially, and maybe talk about some of the challenges and opportunities that you've seen that comes with this major transition.
Yeah.
Okay. So question 1, once again, these are on the fly. So if the context isn't right, we'll just pass on the question.
Yeah.
So the first question is, what exactly is the Great Wealth Transfer, and why is it happening now?
Okay, so the baby boomers, who's basically one generation before us, that would be our parents and so forth, they're getting to the age where they're starting to, let's just say unwind, right? Through retirement and through, estate planning and so forth. They're at that age now where, it's really time. Like my father, my father, he's up there, he's 80 something right now.
Yeah.
And, he's physically, coping, but his health is not even close to, what it used to be. It's deteriorating, and it's the ravages of time, right?
Exactly. And my parents are getting up there.
Your parents are getting up there as well.
Late 80s
Yes.
now, so
yeah.
he's taking some big changes in the past 6 months, I'd say, already. So
Yeah, and what's more is you're taking on a more parental role with your parents.
yeah.
Yeah, you're stepping up and actually becoming the parent in many ways.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
once again, I also have a bit of distance between where my parents are and me, so it's
Absolutely.
easier when you're physically there to get things done.
But if something happened, you could basically just get up there
I mean, I could get up there any time.
without hopping on a plane,
True.
right?
So it's not that far, but it's still like 4 or 5 hours removed.
Yeah,
So it just takes a bit of time.
And you mentioned to me something the other day, interestingly enough, a couple days ago, you said, my father asked me, what is AI?
Yes.
Oh, no, I didn't bring that up as humor. But that is really an indication of where they are. They're so out of touch with something that is so prevalent today for our generation.
Yeah. Oh, very much so. Like, your dad is in a little bit of a younger category than my dad.
Yeah.
And my dad stopped using email and all that stuff probably a decade ago now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So whereas your dad's a little bit more involved in technology, he's still on the computer and stuff like that. So he has more understanding of it for sure.
Yeah, and it's situational as well. He's got young people coming and going, and so they keep him rather hip to what's going on.
Yeah.
Whereas your parents, because of the sort of the nature of where they live, it's somewhat isolated, and it's in the country, so you don't get a lot of exposure to modern tech. You don't need to
because you do everything old school. Like
exactly.
He goes to the bank.
Exactly.
Like he doesn't do online banking.
No.
So I said, just
keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it safe.
It's a life. Yeah, it's a lot safer if you're not on email and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, they're in their 80s too. Yeah. I mean, they don't want to
think everything was real.
Of course, yeah, because it was back in their generation. Yeah. Everything was real. In our generation, good luck with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So that's that little tidbit. And beyond money, what does inheritance really represent? What do you think about that?
Beyond money, inheritance represents, I think it's twofold for me, is that it puts you in touch with your own mortality. You realize, hey, there is an expiry date. Yeah. Because when you're young, you don't think about dying. You don't think about estate planning. You think that you're gonna live forever. You behave like you're gonna live forever.
Definitely.
When you start getting up there in age, like, and I'm not talking us, I'm talking more where our parents are, your own mortality becomes a daily struggle.
Yeah.
How could it not be? Yeah.
You question it.
You question it on a regular basis, and it becomes, sort of, I can't imagine it not being front and center, right? Yeah. And so at that point, really, it's about, reflecting on your life, starting to get your affairs in order, and starting to see exactly how you feel about, or you felt about the time here that you spent here. So I think to a very large extent, it's one of those things where you really see that there's a timeline involved. Yeah. When you're talking about inheritance, this is like, okay, passing of the guard. All right. Basically, this is this is what I've done. This is this has been my journey. So it's now time for me to, sort of, I don't know, just tidy up, I guess. Leave things in some kind of order.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right. And leave it to the next generation, so just to move on. Right?
Yeah, and then it's taking the responsibility, like with your mother's estate.
With my mother's estate, yes.
That
what she wanted.
Yeah, you have to follow their wishes.
Their wishes, and what
their legacy.
It's their legacy that they're leaving, and we're just basically, stewards of making sure that at the end of the day we honor, what they asked for in their passing. Absolutely. There's a responsibility in that.
There's a big responsibility in that, because everybody always has different input and different things that they want to see. And
well, I see that going on in my family. And it's just like, dude, that's
like, just go back to the will.
Just go back to the will
and see what that says.
See what that says, and that's it.
And that's got her wishes.
But it has nothing to do with anybody but my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, next question. What emotional challenges often come with inheriting wealth?
Okay, so I've never inherited wealth, so I can't really speak firsthand. But I could say basically that I would rather have my mother here than my inheritance.
Yeah.
Because I said that to my father the other day. That was the only thing I regret, is how we left it.
Yeah. And plus in her state as well.
And plus in her state, she had onset dementia, and she didn't recognize her kids. And
so even if you were there,
even if I was there,
if you were in the same town or city,
nothing would have been resolved because of her incapacity to, sort of
recognize.
Yeah, to recognize or to make sense. Of things, or to rationalize. She had moments.
Yeah, of course.
But there wasn't that clarity, and so that's really what that's really what I regret, is that we weren't able to, sort of, now that I'm not talking about, work through distance. I mean, there's so much distance, and you can only, communicate so much. And
Mm-hmm.
it was really just about saying, listen, I'm really sorry, because I like my mother. She was my best friend for a great part of my life.
Yeah, I remember you always talked about her.
And then things happened, and then, she went away, and that was it,
Yeah.
I went into survival mode, and she, did whatever she had to do at the time. So
Mm-hmm.
I get that. A lot of people go through that. And it's not until at the end where you stop and you reflect. And, unfortunately, you don't have the platform in which to change at that time, because, when you're growing up, and, especially if you're in a country and you're sort of by yourself, you're in survival mode.
Yeah.
Right?
And like she was taking care of herself solely.
Yeah.
And so she had a lot
Going
that
on
she was
herself.
doing.
Yeah. So you don't really
And you
have...
had your own
I had
stuff going on, your own life going on
had
as
a
well.
lot going on, right? And so it's not until you get to this point, and you're just like, well, I mean, it's an idealized thought. There was no way, especially with what I knew I had to get through.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you're human, you do sort of, go back and you think, if I knew what I knew now, I might have probably tried to put more effort into it. But you can't put effort where you're not going to be strong.
No.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
You can't be a good man if situations or circumstances are only allowing you to be a bad man, or and not so reasonable man.
Yeah.
Right? We're all a victim of circumstance, and so if you're lucky, you get to a point where you can look back and go, I really wish I could have handled that differently. That means you've grown. That means you've gotten out at the other side better. But during it, while you're going through it, tough. It's tough.
Everybody's doing the best they can.
Everybody's doing the best they can.
Journey.
And that's really what happened. I mean, she was doing the best she could. I was doing the best I could. We justified who we were, circumstances, and they got the better of the relationship, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next question. How can families navigate wealth transfers without creating conflict? Because that's always tricky, right? When all different family members and different personalities are involved.
Well, yeah, the thing is, for me, and what I've learned, firsthand, is that you see who people really are. Like, there's stories in the West Indies where, because what happens is basically people, especially kids in the West Indies, they get opportunities to come here.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them, like a lot of the families and so forth, they have properties down there and land and so forth.
Yeah, of course.
And, so it's something when you leave, you don't, because most of the time you're relatively young and your parents are pretty well high functioning.
Yeah.
So it's not something you plan for. You don't do any estate planning. You don't figure out what to do in terms, and people don't pass, unexpectedly in the Caribbean. It's different. That's a North American thing. People live till ripe old ages in the Caribbean for the most part, right? So it's not until something happens, and then basically everybody goes back and literally is like fighting for a share.
Yeah, and it's like you get put into that situation, and then there's just triggers and things that happen because of your family history.
Your family dynamics and history. But I've heard
and
horror
all
stories.
that comes out, right? And then you're dealing with the most important thing, which is your mother passing.
Exactly.
But you have
all
that
this
sort of animosity going on, and you're
all
like,
of that,
oh my God, how are we going to
turmoil going on.
this?
But I've heard some horror stories of people that they really turn ugly. A lot of people turn really nasty and greedy, and you get to see it firsthand. So, I don't think that, I'd like to say that it's terrible, but, when in a situation like that where people should basically just be celebrating someone's life, to just want to basically enrich yourself from it, that paints a totally different picture of who people are. And you know what? So be it. But it's not something I get because I'm not built that way.
No, me neither.
Yeah,
and then, well, really everything just follows from what was written in the will and what that person's wants and desires were,
but
right?
It's amazing because some
sometimes
people try to contribute. They try to contravene that. They try it's like, wow, how it's an eye opener. But yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so question 5: What responsibilities come with receiving wealth from the previous generation?
Yeah, this is a good one. So I really think that, you know, I think for a lot of people, the influx of money to them generally means, you know, it's like the way I look at it. I wasn't sitting there hoping my mother would pass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Leave you something.
Yeah. To me, it's unfortunate it happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, great, I get an inheritance, but that's not. Yeah, I wasn't looking for anything.
No.
So to me, it's like found money. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh wow, okay. So in that case, what I would do is basically do something that I could honor my mother with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or
Become
make
a
her
better
proud
man.
by.
Make her proud. Yeah. Help
Yeah, I
build
think
her.
that might be
Help
it.
build her legacy.
Yeah,
Help
by doing better.
By doing better.
Or doing something that she would be like,
hey. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
To keep the lineage going. Yeah.
Because your mother,
she did a lot. From where she came from. Very humble.
Yeah.
Start.
But she was involved in a lot of things.
She was a fighter. She was definitely a fighter. Yeah.
So.
Hey, you spent a lot of time with my mother. You got to know her pretty well.
I got to know her.
Yeah.
So.
You guys were old buds.
Yeah.
She's got you D.
Yeah.
That's right.
So.
Yeah.
No, I think she'd be proud of you and your other
siblings.
brothers.
Yeah. I think so. I think so. We just have to do right by her. I think that's the whole idea.
Yeah.
Just to basically not to tarnish her memory.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right.
Okay. And then, how might this massive wealth shift reshape the economy and society?
Well, it's more a changing of the guard, a passing of the torch.
Yeah.
I think it's, because, being entrepreneurs, you and I both know this. I mean, the biggest obstacle in business is intelligence.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
And then it's likability. Like, there's a saying in one of the books you gave me to read, the Shin book, basically, don't open up a store if you don't have a smile. You know what I mean? If you're not,
don't be a sourpuss.
If you don't like people, if you're not able
it's a sourpuss store.
No one's gonna go in.
Yeah.
Right. So once you get to those two things, the third one is money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
There's always a money obstacle.
Money is very.
It's not as much as
not
what it used
as
to be,
much as what it used to be.
but still is a.
But
factor.
still, it's a factor. So if you are all of a sudden given an opportunity to sort of do things.
Mm-hmm.
Without that stress, you got to make sure the other two are intact, because today I think really you can do things on the relatively cheap, but it's really how you approach whatever it is you're doing. Yeah. Whereas years ago there was barriers to entry in every industry. They priced you out. Like if you didn't have
you couldn't even get a merchant account.
Couldn't even get a merchant account for under $7,000 or $10,000 deposit at the bank.
Yeah, you and I were thinking about doing it.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, they blocked you at every level.
Yeah. Whereas it's a lot less now.
Yeah. Today
it's not very cost prohibitive.
Yeah. No.
But that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so question 7.
Mm-hmm.
What mindset should people have when facing major life transitions like this?
Well, the one I have basically is just the thing is I'm a big the way I view growth is to just go at it.
Yeah.
You know that about me too. Like, I'm intelligent enough to sort of be able to, hypothesize most of the angles before, but it's not going to, regardless of what, it's not going to stop me.
No.
I'm going to go forward and I'm going to figure it out because, I've realized it this a long time ago, even before my mother got old and, passed, unfortunately, and before my father, aged, is that if you're lucky, we all get there.
Yeah. If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
It is a blessing to
it's
get there.
It's a blessing to get to 80.
Not everybody gets there.
Now, a lot of people don't get there.
Yeah.
Right? And coming from where I came from, I'm lucky to still even be, you know, sort of where I am today. So, you know, I'm not going to go out there and do anything which is inherently stupid
No.
or dangerous, but I'm certainly not going to play it safe because basically, then it's just waiting to pass. You know, you're literally spending your life waiting to get old. But look, I didn't do anything. Yeah, you've accomplished nothing, and you don't get bonus years for playing it safe, for being a wallflower. You know, I don't, and you know, if there is that, I'll sign up for it today. But I don't think so. I don't think so. Right? So. No, in answer to that question, I think the biggest thing you realize, especially when your parents, you know, start to get to that age and they start, you know, to pass or whatever, is that you have a finite amount of time. Yeah. Do something with it.
Yeah, and like for me, when I go up, I try to just be in the moment with them. Yeah, because it is. I don't know how many more holidays I'm going to get with them. Yeah, or Christmases or whatever, or birthdays at this stage. Yeah. Just where they're at and what's going on. Yeah. So every one of them, when I go up, it's just like a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to really cherish that time. Yeah. Like, we spent a lot of time with my father's and I enjoy him.
Nice it's nice. You've got the advantage where you could go there every week.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's only like half a day or whatever.
Yeah.
With my parents, it's like a day driving.
Yes, to get there alone. So yeah. Wait, aren't you going up next weekend?
Soon.
Yeah, Easter.
Yeah, they're expecting me.
All right. Of course they are.
I've already. Yeah. My dad's losing track of time.
Yeah. So you mentioned that.
Everything is like right now.
Yes.
So that's also an interesting thing to
challenge to navigate. But
he's like, I haven't talked to you in forever. And then I'm like, Dad, I talked to you like 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Oh.
But
it seemed like a long time.
Yeah.
So anyway.
It's the natural progression.
Yeah, it's
the
just
natural
changing.
Things. Absolutely.
And it's all good.
That's all. It is all good.
And I got them that awesome digital picture frame.
Oh, did you set it up?
No. So hopefully I can maybe do some of that before I go up there.
Oh, I thought you said I wanted to see it. No. That looks really cool.
Because that way they get all the pictures that they never get to see, apparently. They tell me that all the time.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
So I think they will appreciate that.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
And I think that's it for today's podcast.
Yeah. Sorry guys, it was a bit somber, but it's just it's current, is what's going on, and we just thought we'd, sort of, share this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For sure. So, and just talk about the transition between historical wealth and going to different generations and responsibilities that
and what's going on right now, because there's so many baby boomers getting to that age where they are. Yeah. Getting to that stage. And so, right away that actually changes things for a lot of young people, and they're put into positions of responsibility and leading the way forward. So it's huge. It's huge. It's like a tidal wave.
Yeah. It's hitting.
It's hitting.
Okay. So it's about family, it's about legacy, it's about responsibility, and the continuation of what they work so hard to build or what their philosophy or view on life was.
And just honoring their life. Yeah. Honoring what they wanted to pass on. Yeah.
And then obviously it's difficult and challenging and full of surprises. Yep. So you just gotta take it for what it is and know that people are perhaps grieving and stressing and got other factors going on in their lives too that are impacting their responses.
Absolutely.
Because you never know.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. Anything else you want to add?
No. I think we well, we've depressed these people enough.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just going to say. Haley, do you think next week we could do a fun one?
Yeah, we'll do an exciting one.
We'll find a better topic, a fun, carefree.
Yeah. Well, this wasn't supposed to be.
I don't think it was that.
No. I mean, it's just. Hopefully. I think it's just something that's really going on right now. Yeah. So yeah.
It's
all good.
Relevant.
No, it's all good.
Yeah. Well, I hope you liked today's episode.
Mhm.
And I hope you'll share it if you found it interesting, or like
don't.
us, or
Or
subscribe.
don't.
And come back next week
Yeah,
and
yeah,
see
we'll
what
have
our upbeat podcast
We'll
about.
have something very happy and fluffy and light for you guys.
We'll make sure we do it that way.
We'll do it that way for sure.
We'll do you right.
We'll do you right.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. Have a good week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.